Well, back with our guests here. Praful, how would you see, the state of Chhattisgarh? It's gone to polls in three phases. We had in the first phase, a bit of Naxalism and the similar sin inside within a fortnight. We are seeing it again, and it's once again been neutralized. Will that have a major impact, especially when people come out and vote?
Oh, certainly. This particular phase is supposed to be the stronghold of the present chief minister. And in assembly elections, he was in a way instrumental in almost sweeping this. I think 13 out of 14 seats in this assembly, if we go for this particular Sarguja area, all those seats are won by BJP. And here BJP had the biggest impact when Chhattisgarh assembly elections took place. He has managed to, because every time you see Home Minister or Prime Minister going there in Chhattisgarh to campaign for their candidates, they are talking about Congress's non-seriousness while countering the Maoist terrorists. And here the left-wing extremism is finding it very difficult under new BJP administration to spread their wings. In fact, they are trying to shift their base from one area to another. Many of their cadres are actually surrendering, and then some of them got eliminated, as we saw in the operations. So I think this region will really test the administrative and political skills of the present chief minister, and how far his a sort of electoral management is still intact when it comes to the Lok Sabha mandate.
Chakshu, the numbers when it comes to candidates, this is the first phase that we are seeing where we are having a little over 10% when it comes to women candidates. Is that a surprise, looking at the seats that go to polls, 93 seats, especially the regions, Maharashtra, Gujarat, you've got...
Anil, I think it's always an encouraging sign when either individual women candidates or candidates supported by political parties make the effort to file their nominations to contest. Studies and data has shown that whenever there are women members of parliament elected, the social indicators, the education indicators, the nutrition indicators in those particular areas, they tend to do better. That's one part. It was when I was listening to Mr. Ketkar, I found another. I was reflecting back in the last general election in 2019. Chhattisgarh had gone to polls right before, and that time the Congress party had formed the state government there. This time around, it's a completely different scenario. Will that have a role also to play and reflect in the electoral results? So that is going to be interesting. And contrasting to Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra, Maharashtra has a different kind of electoral challenge. The state has been suffering a little bit on the water issue. So probably that will be a main concern. A number of the dams are running extremely low on water. So will that be a concern? I think, would love to hear Mr. Ketkar on that.
Mr. Ketkar, looking at this, we've just touched on three phases, but 40 seats in the western region. Is that where phase 3 will be played out on a larger scale, or do you see Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal also having some role to play when it comes to interesting numbers?
No, relatively Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal has a set pattern, and we know who is contesting against whom.
Okay.
I'll just make one comment about Amethi, because you were discussing with your correspondent there. There is one interesting element that I found when I spoke to some of the people there.
Okay.
That how far Samajwadi Party will come out and their voters, because the BSP candidate there is Thakur Yadav, and who is a local person. So how this triangular takes shape in Raebareli, sorry. In Raebareli, BSP has given interestingly Yadav candidate. So whether Samajwadi Party comes out full guns there or not, but for me again the western part and especially Maharashtra is going to be very, very interesting. And as I said, the Konkan region traditionally was supposed to be the Shiv Sena's stronghold, and the western Maharashtra, Baramati region was supposed to be Sharad Pawar's stronghold. Now, when both the parties are split, whether they go with their new parties with old symbols, or old parties with new symbols, that's going to be interesting.
Well, you've summed it up very well. Old part.